Let me take you back to a time when I hated looking in the mirror. I was overweight, out of shape, and constantly making excuses, telling myself this is just how I am. Every small task felt exhausting, and my confidence was at all-time low. I remember avoiding any social events, hiding in the baggy clothes, and feeling like stuck in a body that didn't feel who I truly was inside. But one day, I realized that enough is enough. No more shortcuts, no more self-pity, just actions. I started small, from swapping bad habits to a better ones, showing up even on the days that I wanted to quit, and learning that progress isn't linear. There were setbacks, times I almost gave up, but I kept going. Slowly, the weight began to drop, but more importantly, my mindset shifted. I wasn't just about building a better body. I was building resilience, discipline, and self-respect. Now, every time I look in the mirror, I see someone who proved that change is possible. My journey isn't just about losing fat. It's about gaining strength, confidence, and the courage to push beyond limits. And if there's one thing I want you to take from my story, it is this. You are capable of more than what you think. It won't be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. I am Ginoo Janger Reyes Capitan, representing Barangay Suko. Thank you and God bless us all.
Good evening, Calambeños. I stand here before you tonight, not just as a candidate, but as someone whose journey was shaped by both friendship and purpose. This pageant wasn't something I originally planned to join. It became a part of my story because of a dear friend, Kio, who saw something in me before I ever did. He was the one. He was the reason I found the courage to take this leap. Although he is no longer with us, I carry his memory in this stage with me. What began as a tribute to his unwavering belief in me turned into something greater, a blessing in disguise. Through this experience, I have found myself a platform for which I can inspire others and speak up to what I think matter most, mental health awareness. Because oftentimes, it is the quietest people who fight the loudest battles. And if sharing my story can help even just one person hold on a little longer, then this journey has already found its purpose. I am Rodrigo Santino Hatina Pascual, proudly representing Barangay Ulango. Thank you.
Mabuhay! Standing before you is a nursing student, a fitness enthusiast, musicero on the violin and piano, and proud ambassador to Perpetual Calamba. But above all that, I am a Calambeño. And dear Calamba, I believe that pageantry, such as this, is one of the best places to grow your overall personality, to surpass your limits. And that's what I did. I sacrificed. I put my time, my effort, my discipline, and commitment all into this pageant. Even on the last day of practice, I got sick, and I'm still recovering from the illness. And despite all that, I am here, up front of you all, because I believe that I put my passion, interest, and insane, unwavering desire to win. And dear Calamba, apart from being Ginoo number 9 and a candidate for Ginoo Calamba 2025, I believe I stand here as a symbol, an icon, a member of the youth who understands my generation's strengths, but most importantly, its weaknesses. And I hope that I can bridge the gap between tradition and modernity, because we need to uphold our historical values, our dear city's values, in a new, ever-adapting and ever-changing time. Because I believe in Dr. Jose Rizal's quote that we cannot ever reach our destination without first looking back from where we came. And with that, I am Jason Aquino Lee, 19 Ginoong Calamba, Punta, and I wish you all a wonderful night. Thank you!
Calamba, good evening. And for my story, it isn't one of grand beginnings. And it would be that song that goes, Mama, kamusta na di na? Tayo lagi nagkita, miss na kita sobra. Sobra. Because you know, I was raised in a home without my parents physically by my side. My mom, she was a dedicated overseas Filipino worker. My dad and I, well, we reconnected only 3 years ago. And while that may sound like a gap, to me, it's a proof that hearts can still find their way back. When people ask, nagpapageant ka ba talaga? I used to smile and say, nako, school lang po. But deep inside, my mom's voice would echo, naku kayang-kaya mo yung mga nasa stage na yan eh. She's been my stage mom long before I ever stepped on one. She's rooted for Ginoos and Binibinings from Laguna to the world stage. And finally, I hope that it's my turn now to make her proud. This is not just my story. This is my movement. To be an example and to be an inspiration to those who are just like me, to those who shares the same story. Kaya pahinga muna. Ako na. I am Benedict Joseph La Forteza Vibor, your next Ginoong Calamba 2025.
Mabuhay, Calamba! You will ask me, what's my dream? My dream is to be a professional basketball player. A sport that allowed me to give my all sacrifices, hardships, sweat, and tears. I tried my dream to become a pro basketball player. In every training and game, there's always a dream to reach. But suddenly fell apart, and love from basketball begins a downfall. But strengthened me to stand here. It is unexpected that pageantry have given me hope to have the same passion, purpose, and pride. Binigyan ako ng pageantry na ito para magpakilala at magpatunay na sa hirap at tiyaga sa paglalaro ay may bibigay ko pala sa ganitong entablado. At maging sunod na Ginoong Calamba 2025 at may balik ang layunin na may panalo ito. Ako ang iyong basketballistang nagsasabing, bola ang pag-asa sa mga kabataan. Once again, I'm Nicholas Magnaya, your next Ginoong Calamba 2025.
Before I became a candidate, I was just a young man with a quiet dreams, learning to hustle, to serve, and to be proud of where I came from. I'm Ivan Mark Pabiani Desa, 24 years old, proudly representing Barangay Uisan. I'm a third-year physical education student at St. Vincent College of Kabuyaw. Inspired by my years as a student athlete and my passion for strength and discipline. Aside from being a student, I run a small business, distributing local perfumes and offering printing services to support myself. Because for me, independence means growing through hard work. But life is not just about work. It's about how you enjoy yourself. I enjoy playing volleyball. I enjoy good music and making people laugh. Life is about balance and joy. Tonight, I stand here to represent my barangay and my advocate for self-worth and hard work to achieve the best version of yourself. Muli, ako si Ivan Mark Pabiani Desa, 24 years old, your future Ginoong Calamba 2025.
Good evening to all. As a multimedia artist, every time I work behind the camera, I feel powerful. I get to control the setting, the framing, the color, and basically the entire story. It is not just my passion, but it is also my whole life. But now, standing in front of the camera, facing the people who supports me, I realize something even deeper. I realized that true power doesn't just lie in creating stories. It lies in being the voice, the face, and the heart of the community. And in my journey here in Ginoong Calamba, I came to acknowledge this power to move and to be moved. And I acknowledge everyone to give hope and inspiration to the hopeful. And today, I stand not just as an artist, but as someone ready to represent and speak for our society. This is your Ginoong Calamba, Roger Mark de la Cruz, leaving you with hope that dream big and take any chances. Good evening to all. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Some of you may recognize me not because of who I am, but as a son of Ronnie Alcano, a man who once brought pride and honor to our country, especially to our beloved city, Calamba, through the sports of billiards. Growing up, my father hoped I would follow in his footsteps, but I knew in my heart that his dreams was not mine to carry. So I chose a different path, one that led me here, standing before all of you tonight. Calambeños, let this be a reminder that your destiny is yours to shape. Dreams are discovered, not inherited, so we must follow our heart and what sets our soul on fire. Dahil naniniwala po ako na sa lakbay ng pangarap, ito'y dapat magsimula hindi sa akbang ng iba, kundi sa yapak ng sarili mong mga paa. I am Jeffron Alcano, proudly representing Barangay Halak, your future Ginoong Calamba 2025.
Good evening to everyone. As a college student and a business owner, both of these roles demand focus and commitment. The journey has not been easy. Ang pangit naman ng sapatos nyo. Nasa na output mo, led me to questioning my capabilities, pressuring myself to achieve more, which led to burnouts, and I even started to doubt myself. But it was the support I received that gave me the courage to keep pushing forward. I learned that moving forward will always be better than staying stagnant. And tonight is proof that strength and support can make a difference in someone's life. I stand before you not just as a Ginoo, but as someone who turned mistakes into purpose and challenges into strength. For a true beauty king is someone who dares face the challenge. The reflection of yourself may not mean perfection, but rather a work in progress. And I impart with you a quote from St. John Bosco, which is do your ordinary duties extraordinarily well. This is your Ginoo number 8, Isaiah Clark Hora Ancheta. Thank you.
Isang makalambagong buhayanin sa ating lahat. I entered this competition to challenge the long-standing stereotypes that surround male pageantry, and to prove to my fellow Calambeños, especially the youth burdened by self-doubt, that there is courage in authenticity. Growing up, I thought makeup and fashion are only for women. But during the tough season in my life, I found healing in the very things I once feared. I learned to do makeup, not just as art, but as my way to feel free. I also started designing suits, not just for style, but to express myself and to turn that passion into purpose. Through these experiences, I have made it my mission to uplift those who are still silenced by fear. I want to help someone to step beyond their comfort zones, embrace their truths, and accept their imperfections without shame. And tonight, I can finally say that I have become the person I've always dreamed of being. So as your Ginoo, I vow not only to lead, but to walk beside you. I may not be the finest among the rest, but I will be a companion who will listen and stays. Reminds you that sincerity often shines brighter than any praise. I am John Richard Manzanero, proud to represent the vegetable bowl of Calamba, the Barangay Bukal Kaytala, Loob. Thank you.
Good evening, Calamba. I want you to listen carefully as I say these numbers. 5, 6, 9, 13, 15, 17, and 21. They may sound random, but they're not. Those numbers are ages of some young girls and women who have experienced sexual harassment and objectification. And although it is not often talked about, men can be victims too. Each number carries a story that takes unimaginable courage to share. Some shared through whispers, others in safe spaces, while others kept in silence. I've heard those stories firsthand. Some stories came from acquaintances, from unexpected friends, from women I love and hold dear. And I am no exception. I was also one of them. The harsh truth? The perpetrators weren't always strangers. Sometimes they are people they knew, people they trusted, sometimes even people within their own homes. At first, I chose to stay silent, afraid of being dismissed or worse, being blamed. But in time, I found my voice. And when other people, especially women, began sharing their stories with me, the same sentiments with me, that's when I understood something powerful. Speaking out matters, even when the truth is uncomfortable. I realized a hero isn't always the one who saves the world and does the most. Sometimes, a hero is someone who simply listens, with belief, with compassion, with no judgment. And I chose to be that kind of hero. And by doing so, it has shaped my morals and principles that I uphold as a woman today. Because for someone out there who might be going through the same situation, our courage to speak could be the very last thing that saves them. You see, some stories may not be beautiful, but they can be a testament to truth. Because these stories can be told even when they're not beautiful. And for those of you who are still lacking courage, it may take days, months, or even years to find your strength to speak out. But until then, I will speak for you. And I will be your courage until you find your own. Again, this is Shirley Castillo Gonzalez, an invincible woman, a Calambenya, Binibining Calamba from Barangay La Mesa.
As a young girl, I was often torn. One part of me dreamed of being in the runway, and the other felt the pull of hospital halls. But as I grew, I realized that passion doesn't always ask us to choose. Sometimes, it asks us to embrace it all. Mabuhay! I am Ivy, proudly representing the east of Laguna de Bay, Barangay Linga, with a heart dedicated to healing and a spirit ignited by the world of pageantry and modeling. I stand here to prove that beauty and purpose are not separate paths, but one powerful journey. As our very own Miss Universe, Catriona Gray, inside each and every one of us is a king or queen with the ability to conquer the universe, whatever that may be for you. But we must first conquer ourselves. Conquer what others perceive of us, and finally, conquer with a purpose. To conquer ourselves, to conquer our dreams, and that's what I hold on to. That no matter who we are or what profession we're in, we can serve others while pursuing our dreams. Because true beauty starts from the heart, and every day that you choose to be kind, you are already a queen. Dahil sa mundo ng tunay na kagandahan, hindi lang corona ang sukatan, kundi ang kabutihan na iniiwan mo sa bawat taong iyong nakakasalubong. Once again, I am Ivy Doreen Obe, your next Binibining Calamba 2025. Muli, isang makadiyos at makarisal agad sa inyong lahat.
As I stand here in front of you tonight, I am not just thinking about the spotlight or the stage. I am thinking about every journey that brought me here. I came from a small place where big dreams once felt so far away. But I found my strength in sharing my story and a deep passion for uplifting others, especially the youth, who reminds me every day that hope and change are always possible. Being here isn't just about winning. It's about being authentic. It's about presence. Because in the world we are living in today, the most powerful things we can do is to take up space, embrace our uniqueness, and allow others to see us shine through. Only then, we can inspire others to be proud of who they are. I am Josane Antoinette Onya Cabrera, 17, Binibining Calamba, Barangay Calamba.
Good evening, everyone. If there will be two things that I'm going to live with you tonight, it would be my resilience and my unwavering commitment. I stand here as an accountant by profession, a former city scholar, a student leader, and the breadwinner of my family. And I stand here carrying with me the dreams of every youth from the streets of Barangay Puting Lupa to the heart of Calamba City. From the quiet streets where I have first found my voice, to the grand stages where I've had the honor of representing Calamba in both regional and national pageants, I have carried not just a name, but a story. A story of a young girl who dared to dream beyond what seemed possible. A young girl who stumbled, stood up, and chose to rise with grace. And now a woman who is carrying a different story. One of quiet sacrifices and unseen strength. A story of a breadwinner who wakes up every day not just to chase her personal dreams, but also to make sure her family doesn't have to give up theirs. Tonight, I stand before you as a woman of purpose, driven by my dreams and empowered by the community that raised me. Once again, this is Eliza Marie Tolentino Fernandez, and I am here not just to be remembered by the crown I seek, but by the authenticity, passion, and resilience I bring with me. Maraming salamat po.
Being a Calambenya means being a woman of strength, purpose, and heart. As the only daughter among three siblings and a dedicated college student, I have embraced responsibility with grace. My journey as a model and a passionate modeling coach has led me to freely share my time, knowledge, and heart, because I believe that every young person deserves to walk with confidence. Living in the hometown of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, I carry with pride the vibes of patriotism, dignity, and service. Like him, I strive to spark change, not through grand gestures, but by inspiring young minds on the runway, in the classroom, and in life. As your Binibining Calamba, I stand not just a woman of beauty and talent, but as a proud Calambenya, rooted in our heritage, devoted to our youth, and committed to shaping the future that we can all believe in. I am Angel Bea Rodriguez Renido, representing Barangay Pasiano Rizal.
Good evening, everyone. I am the daughter who never had the privilege to be weak. The one who grew up not knowing her father, but knowing the weight of responsibility of artisan. As the eldest of five, I was more than a child. I was a second parent and the quiet fighter. I was not born with a silver spoon, so I have to work really hard for my dream. Selling snacks, hauling laundry, cleaning other people's homes, or even creating content, anything, just to pay for my tuition and to lessen my mother's burden. My mother is a single mom who worked really hard. She wakes up before sunrise just to cook and sell ulam to provide for us, for her children. And I know how it feels to want more from life, but be humbled by reality. And that fire is what connects me to the out-of-school youth. I am a huge advocate that education should not be a privilege. It should be a right for every children. Because I believe that every children deserves a right to grow, to learn, and to dream. I am here to embody hope, to be a reminder that no dream is too far when you're brave enough to keep chasing it. Once again, my name is Maha Sofia Yanga and I am proudly representing Barangay Milagrosa. Magandang gabi po. Mabuhay! Welcome aboard to the Ginoo and Binibining Calamba 2025 competition. This is the pre-boarding announcement for flight PB08 bound for Calamba City. As we prepare for takeoff, allow me to share a bit of myself. To be honest, I never imagined myself joining a big pageant. I used to be the girl who couldn't even stand in front of a crowd without shedding a tear. But one day, I realized that hiding the shadows of my dream wouldn't get me anywhere. To arrive at this very moment, I had to let go of certain baggage that weighed me down. First, I had to step out of my comfort zone. I embraced discomfort and realized that growth often begins there. Second, I let go of my fear and realized that sometimes we are our own greatest enemy. And lastly, I stopped comparing my journey to others. Life is not a race. So to those who are still waiting at their gate, afraid to take off, I hope my journey reminds you that you too can soar. You just need to trust your wings and release what no longer serves you. At sa putong ito ng ating biyahe, nais ko lamang mag-iwan ng munting paalala. Sa bawat hakbang, huwag nating kalimutan ang tinig ng pangarap ang siyang dapat sundan. I'm Brunette Paula Gomez Alcantara, your next Binibining Calamba 2025. Mabuhay! A woman shaped not by comfort, but by courage and determination. I grew up in the grip of poverty, where every day was a challenge and every dream felt distant. When I was 10 years old, in the year 2015, my family fell apart. It deeply affected my education, mental health, and outlook in life. I had trouble pursuing my education because we're not financially stable. My Ate Christina became an instrument in my future, giving me motivation and giving me the true meaning of a complete family. And now, I am here, burning brighter than ever. I carry within me the fire of my young soul, once made me to feel small, underestimated, and someone told that I would never rise. But I am here today, a track and field athlete, a tourism student of Philippine International Management at the Rizal College of Laguna, burning brighter than ever, growing without a permanent home, a permanent happiness, and a genuine smile on my faces. I want to be an instrument to the children and to all the people in Calamba City because I know how difficult life it is. Because you know what? Education is a power to change lives. And our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, is one of my inspiration doing this kind of duty. We can be a hero in our own way. He may carry a pen and an ink to save us all. I would carry a voice to the children showing how important education it is. Mahirap man ang buhay, nasa gitna man ako ng hirap, pinili kong mangarap. This stage is a promise to lead with strength, to serve with purpose, and to rise together. Once again, I am Michael Grace Latonio Codilla, your future Binibining Calamba, and from Barangay Banlik. Thank you so much.
I remember the longest night of my life, where we only have one lit candle and a piece of carton as hand fan. I came from a humble community where there is no electricity for almost 15 years now. Growing up in a place where the nights were long and the challenges were many, I realized that true power does not illuminate from the outside world, but from the fire we lit within ourselves. This fire was first lit by an extraordinary woman who also plays a role of a father, my mother. Through her sacrifices, she instilled in me compassion, but with an unwavering spirit. Tonight, standing in front of you is a woman of faith, a woman whose brave heart strengthened by her life experiences. I am a woman who believes that even in the absence of light, one can still shine. I am Erica Nicole de la Cruz Perez, representing my humble community, Calamba.
When I was 16 years old, my world stopped at some point, but little did I know that my life was just about to begin that time. In the midst of darkness, I found myself having the courage to step up to the stage, not just being the face, but also the voice of the youth. I learned how to embrace my flaws, and most importantly, I was able to believe in myself. Now, standing here made me the woman who I am today. And this platform I hold tonight gave me the opportunity to hear my voice and showcase my determination to something. And with that, I can proudly say that I have the courage, strength, and power to stand for something I'm passionate about, because a child's dream is coming true tonight, and that dream is mine. I am Kelsey Miranda Lambe, Binibining Calamba of Barangay Bukal.